Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is the next video wherein we are going to discuss about the overall market scenario, that how exactly the market has performed, what was the overall scenario and the sentiment of the market was. Today's the 2nd of June. Market was quite interesting. It was quite volatile and it was not giving any kind of a major move in a particular direction. Market was just kind of strangled in a particular range, and we haven't seen any major move in the market as that what we were expecting, because market is kind of making a channel over here. We will discuss about the market, but let's try to understand what exactly the opening was. So basically, based upon the overall world's market scenario, SGX Nifty was 0.57 negative and Nasdaq was also 0.72 negative. So we were expecting a gap down, and that's what happened in the market. So market made a previous close of 16,522 and opened at the price of 16,481. Definitely that was a gap down, and based upon that, as we had seen in the market, that it has made a range wherein it has been consolidating, and we have been seeing some kind of a selling points in the market, some crucial resistances wherein the market is actually respecting those points, and we have been seeing from the last 2 days the selling happening. Market is not able to sustain that particular level. So 16,650 to 700 is definitely a range wherein we have been seen selling from the last 2 days. So I was always expecting that the market, once it's gonna hit the point of 16,600, it's gonna start some kind of a selling, but that did not really happen today. So market rallied up to that particular point and it sustained that level for some time, and it gave the close for today. So what I was expecting, that as the market opened with a gap down, I was expecting that this particular gap is going to fill in today's expiry only, but that did not really happen. So market opened at the price of 16,481 and it started to go on the upper side. So I was thinking that for today's range, what's going to happen, the market is going to take the reversal from the point of 16,570. That's what exactly happened today, because I made a straddle. I will explain you my trade as well, but first let's try to understand what has happened. So market opened at around this particular point. It tried to go up based upon the price action that it was making, took the resistance from this particular point at some point around 10:30, 16,570, somewhere near to that. Then it started coming down. It came down to the point of 16,500, again took the support, because it's definitely a crucial level as of a support, if we have to say. It's a kind of a psychological level, and based upon that, it took the support from this point, started going up based upon the price action it was making, and some sort of a consolidation that was happening around this particular point. After the second half, we had seen some sort of a buying side coming in, took the resistance once again, tried to came down 16,560, then again just started going up. Market easily crossed the level of 16,600, just gave the closing after that around this particular point. So market gave the closing around this particular point of 16,628, made a kind of a channel, did not give any kind of a downside move, because most of the people must have been expecting some kind of a selling to come after the second half, because market had reached the point of 16,600. Based upon the previous last 2-3 days movement, what we have seen is that in the second half, market just respect those resistances at the upper side, and then the selling starts to come. But that did not happen really for today. We had seen just the buying coming in, because if you will also take a look on the, let me show you the FI data and the DI's data, just the FI selling was quite very less for today, and also the DI's data, we can see some sort of a buying of 130 crores. Overall, if we will have to say, the net to net is the selling, but again, that was not that much high, and based upon that, we had seen just the consolidation to happen. I believe that must have had happened just because of the retail traders. Most of the consolidation happened, and it was just making some simple price action, and based upon that, it reached to this particular point. So what we can expect from the market for today, for tomorrow, I believe that the market, if the market has to cross this particular level of 16,700, then definitely it has to be crossed with some kind of a gap up. If the gap up is going to happen, then this particular point is going to act as a support. But yes, if the market is going to open just the flat, if we see the flat opening for tomorrow, then we can expect some kind of consolidation first, and then it may try to go to the level of 16,700. Then it definitely gonna take some resistance, will start to come down a little bit, and if that, then again let me show you what can get happen. So yeah, so basically what we can expect from the market, that if there will be just a flat opening, then market will start to go up, then it will take the resistance from this point, and if then it's gonna just show some kind of a price action, and based upon that it's gonna start going on the upper side, then yes, we can expect some kind of a buying coming in, and it can definitely make some new highs in this particular week. But if the market is gonna open just on the gap downside, then we can expect some sort of a consolidation to happen around this particular range, and we can expect this particular resistance being respected once again for tomorrow's market. If the gap up is going to happen, then we can expect some kind of an upper movement, and based upon that some price action, and then market can start going on the upper side. That's something which is possible for tomorrow's market. But yes, we can only predict the market. The live market is absolutely different, and we cannot really just make any kind of a prediction at that point in time. We just have to follow with the rules and follow with the procedures, and that's how we can only take our trades, and that's what has been going on for the last couple of days market, because market is quite volatile these days, and we are not able to sustain for a longer period. We just have to take the trades very judiciously, because some kind of a strange movement definitely happen in these days market, because it's quite volatile. So I will explain you what exactly I did in my today's trade. So yes, I was expecting the market's range for today to be 16,400 on the lower side and 560 or 70 on the upper side. Based upon that, I made my strangle. I was pretty much sure on my break evens that the market is definitely gonna respect these particular range. But that did not really work very well, because I made a straddle of 16,450, and based upon that it was working quite very fine till the time of 11:30. But when it started going up and it was going on the upper side only, the C leg started giving me losses, and based upon that I was just expecting some sort of a selling to come in, but that did not really happen. And based upon that, my straddle did not work really well. My stop loss got triggered, and I had to book the loss from my straddle. So overall, so because of my C leg, it started to giving me some kind of a loss. So based upon that, in order to cover that particular loss, I had to shift my P legs, because I already took the leg. I already booked the profit from the 16,450 P. So I was also adding some P's from the 16,500. Initially, I had shorted the level of 16,500, and then I shorted the level of 16,550. So I booked the profits from those particular two legs, and I was able to manage some of the losses. So overall, I just booked the loss of 2,400 in total because of the straddle that I made, because I was just thinking that the market is going to take the resistance from this particular point, and it will definitely going to come back to some point, and it will give the closing around 16,550. But that did not really happen, and because of which I had to book my loss. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and that's what was there in the today's market. Market did not move really in a particular direction. We were just seeing some sort of a consolidation happening around these levels. So if we'll have to just take the closer look on the other sectors, metal was green, energy was also green, and if we have to talk about the IT was also quite green, 1.82%. Reliance was also quite amazingly green, and because of which the Nifty was strong for today, because it did open on the downside, and we were expecting some sort of a selling to come in, but Nifty was quite green, and based upon that, the overall Nifty was strong, and it was not showing any kind of a selling even after the FI's data, even after the FI selling. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all in this video. I hope you like my analysis, and thank you for your time, guys. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.